I've recorded this video so many times, I'm just not gonna stop. So I wanted to update you guys on my readings recently, and I wanted to tell you that a book vlog, like a reading vlog of Becoming, will be coming soon. I have to edit that, but I don't want to edit this video. So, okay. So recently I've been reading Beauty and the Beast retellings. Right after I finished Becoming, I picked up this book, and that was Monday night, and I read a couple pages of this, and then, and then Tuesday, I just freaking read this book, like freaking read this book. And I loved it so much. It was so good. I love the story of Beauty and the Beast. More on that later, but this book, it is a movie adaptation that came out in 2011, and Vanessa Hudgens is in it, and I haven't seen it, and I know it's going to be cringy because this book's cringy. It came out in 2007. This is around Twilight, so people were obsessed with this kind of stuff. I read this author before in high school when I was, oh my gosh, probably when the movie adaptation came out. I was a freshman. I read Cloaked, and I loved it. It was like an adventure book. Anyway, so I picked up this book from Goodwill, the bookstore in Bradenton, and I didn't think I would actually get around to reading it out of all the books on my bookshelf, but I ended up reading it, and I really enjoyed it. I'm so glad I picked it up. So this follows this boy named Kyle Kingsbury, and he is like this evil boy. You know, typically the Beast starts off this evil boy, and the difference between this and the story in like Disney is that his father was like really evil, and that's why the Beast is kind of evil too. And yeah, so this witch that's disguised as this teenage girl casts a curse on him, and he's 16, by the way, and he has 2 years to she casts a curse on him that makes him into a beast, and he has 2 years to find someone who will love him not for his looks, and you know, flip the curse or switch the curse. And so yeah, it follows him through that story. It's the same story of Beauty and the Beast, but a little different. Like, names are different. There isn't like these inanimate objects. There's no musical. There's more of honing in on his life, his perspective, which I loved. I loved it a lot. I loved it because in this book, he had 2 years. Well, he had almost a full year of it just being him and his maid and his tutor, who is this blind guy who has a dog. And I just thought that was just, in that year, he was just growing. He learned how to like love books and like how to take care of a rose garden, even though he had like no interest in either of those things before. He learned how to be kinder and blah blah blah. And so yeah, I love this book so much because of just the different perspective on the story. And just the original story in itself is just beautiful. But I think I found a lot of joy in what I related to the most, which was just being in one place, or like almost trapped in one place for a long period of time and trying to find beauty in it. So like during that time, they would have to, even though it was ugly, both him, like Kyle, and Lindy, who is the Belle, even though it was an ugly situation for both of them, they found beauty in it and like love. And so anyway, this book is different but very similar. This book is also a retelling of Beauty and the Beast and its similarities to that, but this one is the Disney version of Beauty and the Beast, and it is still a retelling of the original version of Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, anyway, so this one is a 2017 live action version. So literally it's practically word for it. It's practically the script, but with more narrative to it. And so I was really hoping for there to be, I guess I was hoping to find more out about it, but it was pretty much the same story, which was still enjoyable. But yeah, what did I like? What were some highlights? I loved the talk about books in this story, which is why I always drew to Belle before. Like when I was in high school, I was like, you know what? I think I'm more like Belle. Like than any other princess, I am more like Belle. And I think, yeah, it was just the drawing to books and finding beauty in where you are, even though it feels like it's like even though it feels like it's confining, it still was beautiful at the same time. And I don't know, I just really like these stories a lot. I don't know, did I tell you that I finished these, like, I finished each separate book in a day? Like, I just finished these books. Yeah, so I can tell you I love this. So my ratings. 5 out of 5 stars for the experience. I loved it so much because I love the story of Beauty and the Beast. As for the writing, in both books, this is cringier for sure. There's like chat rooms and it's like MySpace and it's cringy. There's like words like fugly and skank in it, which are not used like in this world now. It's cringy, and the writing can definitely put people off to the book, but it didn't for me. I just pushed through and I loved it. So I would say 3 stars and 3 stars for this one, because this one was just word for word, which I would have liked more of. I would have liked more of something new, because if you're reading a book which it has significantly more information, I would want like new, something that's out of the ordinary, that's not in the live action, that's like whoa. Instead it was just like word for word. So yeah.